We are quite happy today to showcase you what Croatia has to offer. Some of you might have been to Croatia, some might not. We tried to provide a little bit of everything for you, so to show the classics, but also to give you some new inspirations, some new insights. And yeah, basically that was my part. So I try now to stay calm, remove myself, and I wish you guys good luck. Enjoy the show, sit back, relax, and yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for taking the time. And now let's take you on a tour to beautiful Croatia, and off we go. Ozren, the stage is yours.
Thank you once again, Norman, for the great introduction and the opportunity to showcase Croatia and mention also the other two destinations that we are showcasing, which are Slovenia and Montenegro as well, as we are a regional DMC, as you can see from our numbers. I'm delighted to speak to you and have this opportunity. Today is 22nd, 32 degrees in Split, so a sunny summer day. So I appreciate all of you taking the time to explore what we have to offer. So let's dive into our presentation in a way. Just a short recap of INTOURS, the history, where we started from. The company basically was founded by two entrepreneurs in Ljubljana in Slovenia, some late 90s. They started with the leisure groups, with the FIT clients, but then quickly moved into MICE and became really pioneers and leaders in this region for, especially for incentives, product launches, and other MICE programs. It is a fact that we are working 90% with international clientele because all of our destinations are very, very strong in incoming. Having said that, please have in mind that we have local knowledge. This is one of our really crucial parts of our company, that we have established ourselves as really local people, taking care of the suppliers, taking care of the accommodation, transportation, all the things that you require to be 100% sure that we're going to deliver service that you require. So this is one of our key credos to keep our business in the company. Having said that, please have a look at our MICE playground, which is Slovenia, Croatia, and Montenegro, stretching from north to south, covering the entire Adriatic region. As you can evaluate, Croatia has the most of the coastline of the Adriatic, overlooking Italy, but then Montenegro and Slovenia also have a small portion of the Adriatic coastline, which is very interesting. As I mentioned before, Ljubljana, Split, and Dubrovnik are key stronghold offices, measuring from 10 to 15 employees in each. And then we have a satellite one in Istria, Zagreb, and Tivat, with around 4 to 6 employees in all. So this gives you in a kind of credentials that we are all the time monitoring the regional area, trying to find out all the news, all the changes. As you know, suppliers are very dynamic. Restaurants, new chefs, facilities, infrastructure, everything. We are covering that and trying to give you an updated all the news and all the things that are happening new in the destinations. Per year, we do around 150 incentives, congresses, events. There's a part of our company handling leisure groups, and we have around 50 employees in total. I just want to share a little bit of updates and news that we have implemented new software for our offers and also for monitoring relationship with clients. This is quite new and something very interesting, because now we are trying to save on your data, on your inboxes. So we are sending everything through cloud, through one link. Split Office has been a pioneer in this endeavor, but then other offices will be following in the coming months. So in this format, you will be receiving offers from our end with all the data, all the content, all the images, and all the calculations that you can freely download by yourself. But it does not overcloud your inbox or your computer with the level of data that we are sending through. So as soon as you send us RFP, we'll send you a nice new presentation with using this new tool. When it comes down to what we can do, I would say we cover 360 from anything from arrival, consultancy in the destination, monitoring of developing new products, all the transports, all the activities, team building, social activities, CSR activities. We are already working on them and have programs in place. So feel free to reach out to us for any kind of new and interesting projects that you have, because we see that every day we have new ideas. The clients come to us with new ideas. We also share with them, so we create good options for our end clients altogether. As mentioned in the beginning, Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, these are the three highlighted destinations. I will be focusing on Croatia today, as this is the theme of our virtual call, and we will run through these destinations in a kind of geographical way, meaning that we will start from the north, from Istria, and we will finish in Dubrovnik, and I will give you a little bit of update on Montenegro, as this presentation is not planned during this summer, but luckily we have my colleagues Marko and Miha from Slovenia addressing you next week, so feel free to join in if you are looking to get a little bit more awareness on Slovenia as a destination. I would say one of the jewels of this Southeast Europe, with still undiscovered by many clients, but I would say really, really a nice option, like a petite country, you know, the Switzerland of Southeast Europe in a way, I would say, regarding the logistics, the nature, and the similar activities. Just to put once again in perspective our destinations, to give you a little bit of awareness that we are just across Italy on its eastern coastline. But what is different is that you can see from the map, we have 1,200 islands in total. And we have this ability to have fresh flow of sea from the Mediterranean flowing into Croatia, Montenegro, and Slovenia. And of course, Italy is much stronger economical country, so they pollute their waters much more. So in Croatia, you can expect clear waters and really turquoise feeling, as you can see from this image. This is, for example, a pebble beach on the island of Brač, which we will be featuring in the coming minutes. This is one of the two destinations that we are trying to offer a la carte to our clients as a fresh new options when it comes down to Croatia, with new hotel offerings and also something which can be out of the box solution for this period. So this is a pebble beach, for example, and we are very rich with stone beaches, pebbles, but the sandy beaches will be a little bit fewer. But then when you discover this, then you see the really crystal clear waters of Croatia. Regarding the key facts, I already mentioned the number of islands we have, and around 300 sunny days per year, which is mostly on the coastal part of Croatia and Adriatic part. The main hubs and airport arrival hubs are Zagreb, Split, Zadar, and Pula and Dubrovnik, which are all international airports. Just one thing to note is that Dubrovnik is the only one with their intercontinental flight connection to Newark, New York with American Airlines. When it comes down to hotel infrastructure, Croatia is quite famous for it, even through to the north part until the Dubrovnik as a jewel of Croatia. Most of the 4-star to 5-star properties are really in a good shape. Meaning, unfortunately, we had the turmoil in our countries in the 90s. So therefore, beginning of 2000, 2004, 2005, most of the infrastructure was done. And every year, the country has its focus on getting more hotel accommodation, moving away from this privately owned sector. So this is a great support from the EU and also from the government to develop more and more hotels. In a way, we need to be honest and say that still Croatia is a seasonable destination, because the airlines still divide into summer flying schedule and winter flying schedule. This is mostly connected with the arrival of Easter. Then we have the pickup of the flights somewhere until the last week of October. So this would be a really good connectivity. In the winter months, What is good for the DACH market is that due to the big numbers of diaspora of Croatian people living in Germany, we still have the flights, not the daily routines, but for the most of the big hubs in Germany, we are very connected even in the wintertime. So count on our support even in the off-season period. And we will be talking about some news like the Four Seasons coming to Kupari region in Dubrovnik, Hotel Marian, which will be one of the flagships of Maestra Hospitality, Hilton and Hyatt opening in Zadar, and we have these options for island of Brač, as mentioned before. A snapshot of our micro destinations, how we call it in Croatia. So Istria, Zagreb as a capital, Zadar will be an upcoming new destination. Šibenik is maybe only 40 kilometers away from Zadar, Split as the biggest city on the coastline, and really the hub for the ferry traffic to the islands. Hvar, a lifestyle destination, and Dubrovnik, I don't think I need to explain Dubrovnik further because it's really a jewel of Croatian tourism, something in line with the Venice or something like that. It's in every bucket list when you look at the major destination in Europe. I will use short videos for every destination. So this is Istria, for example. It's like a Provence of Croatia. It is really unique area with good accommodation like the Hilton in Rijeka or Grand Park Rovinj. This is something similar is going to be happening in Split. So they are really into design, nice quality accommodation, and really have a good support with this hotel chain. We just wanted to showcase how MICE-friendly this destination is. This is the doorstep of the Cathedral of Rovinj, so Saint Euphemia. We even did events in front of that. So this is a really destination that we can exploit and that we can use. Anything accessible by boats. For example, these are the Brijuni National Park, which was in the time of the Yugoslav President Tito. He was his villa, and he even had all the wild animals from Africa. So we can even do a small safari there. Have in mind that there are a number of small villages, towns, which can be even privatized because the hinterland of Istria is really rich with olive oil, wine, and these unique places that we can curate our experiences around. So, for example, a village like this can be practically took over by a group from up to 250 to 300. And we are very proud with our team in Istria, which are delivering these great setups, which are rooted in this heritage and history of these villages. The truffles are one of the best in Europe, especially the black ones, as you can see them. You see the setups. We want to showcase how we are crafting this and working with you to deliver great experiences. For example, this is Sant Vincenat, one of the cool small places and one fortress that we can take over and privatize for dinner. And this is the unique Pula Arena from the Roman times, and INTOURS was the first to have organized the dinner there after the Romans. So this was last year, just in the building up to the, as you can see, the big stage. It was Dua Lipa concert 2 days after. So even in a stressful situation, we have managed to pull it off. I will just recap a little bit on Istria. The arrival airports would be Pula and Rijeka, which are in Croatia. Zagreb is the capital. This is maybe 1.5 hour distance. And Venice is the airport, for example, that can provide connectivity throughout the year, because Venice is a big hub. Even in the winter time, they have good connections, but it's depending on the client's preferences. So this is the small town of Hum that we were showcasing our setups. We can do these safaris, which are mentioned in the presentation as well, in Brijuni, which is a national park, and there are hotel facilities in this area as well. And then anything connecting with the water, I will highlight the kayaking, but also we can do any kind of boat transfers, dinners on the boats, etc. Just to mention the venues, the emblematic arena, the potential to use the small villages and towns, and as you can see, Saint Euphemia cocktail reception in front of it. Capacity is noted here. I would say Rovinj is a destination which has really good facilities for high-end accommodation as well. But if we combine hotels, we can do groups up to 1,000, for example. I have highlighted as well the accommodation option, Grand Park Hotel Rovinj. And there is a news that Valamar has redeveloped one of their resorts in Poreč, which is called Pical. It is unique and amazing property because it will have 414 accommodation units. But the resort is structured that they have the main building, the family part, but also So it will be a diverse offering of accommodation, but we can use it for large scale or bigger events. So just to know that it will be opening late this year. And regarding the creative solutions that we can do, there are a number of really cool areas, driving routes, e-biking or ATVs, whatever we can think of, Istria can offer, because there was a big area that there was a train passing through this landscape, and then there is no train now, and we can use it for e-bikes or something similar. And then to note before, we really have a good relationship with the local community there, and we carve really good experiences when it comes down to also including our guests and clients into discovering this area. This is one of the sample programs, for example, for 2 nights and 3 days arrival. This is going to be shared from my side as well after this presentation, so you can have a look and get back to me with any questions or logistics that you feel that you need to ask me additionally. Zagreb is the capital of Croatia. It is around 800,000 or close to 1 million with an urban generating area. Zagreb is, I would say, truly Middle European, in a way in touch with, if I compare it to Graz or Bratislava or Krakow or Warsaw, this is this kind of destination, truly Middle European, completely different than the ones that we have on the coastline. It has this urban feeling, which I would like to showcase in another video. This was done in a cooperation with STR, of course. We did a really nice and cool fun trip in March this year. We wanted to showcase the possibilities of accommodation, but also activities. Because as mentioned, the urban feel of the city, we have these vintage trams that go along the normal routes in the city, and we can use them for activities, transfers, etc., which is really, really cool option in the old town. It's really historic. For example, this is the archive of Croatia, and we can use this for gala dinners, but also for presentations. The city is full of events which are led by the city. As you can see here, it was a Festival of Lights, which is truly not commercial, but city does this for all the inhabitants, but also for the guests. So Zagreb is functioning really well, really well in that sense. When it comes down to activities, there is a hill just above Zagreb, which is called Medvednica, and there is a cable car riding to it. We can do really nice sportive activities there, using bikes, using ATVs. Also, this was a truffle hunt, for example. So in the vicinity of 1 million inhabitant city, we can do something really creative and cool, and we did a truffle hunting there. So just to put it in a map, Zagreb can be a really cool and nice, affordable destination with a lot of options to offer. This would be, for example, but because Zagreb is very rich with the graffiti art, we can organize a graffiti session with all the participants. As I mentioned before, the vintage tram ride, and Zagreb is very famous for its green market. Green market function, especially on Saturdays, full of and live of people. And there we already curated some of the activities to walk around, to try to, in a way, make a nice food tour around Zagreb, which works well in this area. Most of the hotels are in the vicinity, so you can do even walking distance. And I would like to recap also the nice emblematic venues in Zagreb as State Archive, Peron 16, which is like 2 trains which are stopped in a way, and then you can do the bars there or the parties, but also there is a big venue inside for up to 300 standing. And Lauba is one of the house of arts and people. Here you can do up to 400 seated, but for nice gala dinners, really in the center of the city. And when it comes down to the hotels, we would like to highlight, for example, Sheraton, a little bit more affordable option than to Esplanade, which is kind of heritage Croatian hotel, which is reminiscence of the time when Zagreb was one of the stops for Orient Express. And this hotel was used as a part of the trip. So it's really unique, historic. Hilton has a good presence in Zagreb as well. And Maestra has developed some kind of spin-off of W, for example. It's called Zonar Hotel. So we have also funky hotels. And there recently has been an opening of Movenpick and Pullman. So we have quite a number of international chains stepping into Zagreb because they have a really vibrant corporate scene as well. When it comes down creative solutions, as you know, all the cities in this area also had the troubled past. So Zagreb has a tunnel drilled through the center of the city, so we can use it to enter at one point and exit at another, which is really cool, and we can do art installations there. And it has one of the smallest funiculars in the world, which is really cool when we do site visits or we go around the town. This is something really, really nice, and people remember it for Zagreb. Again, a sample program. Have in mind that Zagreb has a really lively cabaret scene. That means that if the group is up to having a really cool and profound evening, this can be arranged. Usually from 10 to midnight, there is a cabaret, and after that it becomes a nightclub. So have this in mind as well. Coming to one of the destinations that we want to highlight in this presentation is Zadar. Zadar is a truly vibrant coastal city. It has a lot of history connected with the Italians' presence in this part of the Adriatic, because it was a mix of Croatian and Italian inhabitants until Second World War. It was heavily bombarded like many cities, but rebirthed after that. And then we have news that the Hyatt Regency has opened just on the doorstep of Zadar Old Town. In Zadar, Split Airport and Zadar Airport are good hubs. Zadar is just 20 minutes away. Split will be 1.5 hours, depending on your connectivity. In Zadar, we have a number of cool locations which we can use for events, but also daily tours and activities are in abundance. River Zrmanja is one of the really, really cool nature parks that we can explore. This is something maybe speaking to German clients is nice, because we can always reminiscence I would say, all the Western movies done by German filmmakers, especially the Veneto. It was the scene, even still that they have some parts which are kept from that time, and the local people were playing Indians or something like that. This is cool, a cool history, our joint history in a way. So we have a number of possibilities. Kornati National Park, which has around so many number of islands. This is also a potential to do a daily tour and visit. And there you don't have any potential of doing fishing. So everything is as it was in the old days in a way. Arsenal, I would like to feature. It was where the boats have been made for shipping, but now it's an event venue for up to 1,000 persons. Morlaco is a cool event space in just underneath the Velebit mountain. It's a little bit away from Zadar, but it is a mine that we can use. And there is a bar inside the mine, and you can have a party in the abandoned mine. So it's really something unique. And there are a number of taverns which we can use as well, because also Zadar is very rich with olive oil, wine, etc. Hotel that we are featuring is Falkenstein Resort Punta Scala, with the state-of-the-art meeting space, and they have a lot of space, especially for product launches, car launches. This is a great hotel because it offers a lot of logistics, and the design and the feel of hotel is really, really unique. And then we come back to Hyatt Regency with 133 rooms just in the doorsteps of the old town. And there is a nice, interesting feature that there is a small part of the sea that we can cross with the barcarioles. This is the guys that are operating small boats with by hand. So usually when we organize dinners, we will be taking the group with these small transfers across to the city of Zadar. And then maybe to give you one more unique feeling about that is that in Zadar there is a church which is not sacrificed. That means that Napoleon, when it came, it stopped being a church. And after that, the city refurbished it, and now it's a nice event venue. So imagine yourself doing a gala dinner inside a full church. This is something unique and amazing, and count on our support if you would like to explore this opportunity even further. One more interesting part for Zadar is that we have a new baby in Zadar. This is this Noir boat, which can host up to 400 people going out on the water, doing parties, dinners. So this is something really unique and new that we have there. So it can use really nice, because in the past we used to have this request, but we could not manage with one boat. We used to have 3 or 4 boats, but now this is a good option for all of us. New images are coming up. As soon as I have them, I will share with you as well. and sample program, as I mentioned, for the other destinations. So it's quite good for 2 nights or 3 nights, but leave it to us. We will work with you on your itinerary and try to find solutions for any kind of requests. I already mentioned the Hyatt Regency in Zadar with this really nice design. Rooms are perfectly done. There is a lot of public space, so it's much more public space than they have rooms, so only 133, and the meeting rooms is up to 350 persons. So you can count on their support regarding size-wise. Something very peculiar and unique happened with Hilton because they opened a hotel in Nukljan with 65 rooms. This is a short transfer from Zadar, but can be an option if your clients are looking for something away from the main hubs, which can be privatized or buy out for 3 or 4 nights. This is something that we are already working with them, and they have some packages in planning. So count on this as a wild card in case you have, because we more and more have a request for villas or something away from a hotel environment. And this could be acting something similar. Šibenik, it is maybe only around 40 kilometers from Zadar, but yet completely different destination. It's more of a medieval city with a Croatian soul. It is a small town for big events. Why I'm saying that? It is connected with Zadar and Split in a matter of 45 minutes, but it has one of the biggest resorts on the coastline. It is a Amadria Park with around 4 hotels in the area, and I will explain this further after this video. So Šibenik, this is the Cathedral of Šibenik, one of the famous cathedrals done by stone, and this is a D resort. It's a smaller hotel just overlooking the city of Šibenik. It's really nice and something that works for groups up to 50, 60 persons. As you can see, it's perfect design. This is Amadria Park. Hotel Jure, Hotel Ivan, Hotel Andrija. This has space. They have brilliant outdoor venues like the Dalmatian Village. They also have the Mediterranean Square that can host up to 100 to 1,200 people, as you can see there in the middle of the area. Kornati is similarly far away from Šibenik or from Zadar, and this is Krka National Park, which is only 20 minutes away from Šibenik, one of the amazing national parks of Croatia, very rich with fresh water. This is a power plant that we can privatize. So note that the power plant can be privatized and we can have nice events there. Anything connected with activities, biking, hiking, or everything connected with the water. There are nice canyons for zip lining, rafting, and the city is really amazing with these small streets, venues. We use the boats for gala dinners, cruising around the area, the archipelago. They are also very rich with oysters, shells, because this is where the fresh water is mixing with the seawater. Town of Šibenik is amazing because it has these fortresses which the city converted into event spaces. So this is something unique and nice. And in the hinterland, we have nice areas, vineyards, but also secluded areas that we can curate in a way to present something new to our clients. This is maybe only 25 minutes away from the Šibenik town. This was the event that we really proud of because we managed to privatize the entire city square. This is around 650 people just in the city center of Šibenik, something unique, but the local authorities really understand how this is a benefit for them as well. So just to recap a little bit, Kornati National Park is quite close in the vicinity. Wine and olive tastings are really possible. And National Park Krka is one of the really top Croatian national parks. Have in mind that we have been starting working with national parks to understand our way of business. This means that we have a separate entrances for all our groups, which are not leisure groups. MICE is something different, and we are all the time talking to them, explaining. The time frame is much less for us, so this is something that we are working in a local community with. And again, to highlight these nice event venues in Šibenik, overlooking the archipelago, and also the old town of Šibenik, which has been developed by our side. Just to recap on the Amadria Park facilities, so all the hotels are in walking distance. All of them have separate restaurants. They have a number of event spaces and venues, even the beach clubs that can host up to 600 persons. and Dalmatian village is something really rural, unique, but done really, really nice. So you can enjoy this Dalmatian way of living and cuisine. As mentioned before, this St. Michael Fortress is like a main stage. We can do concerts even there and something like that. And for example, the hydroelectric power plant, what is unique is that, for example, Šibenik was the first city in Europe that had electrical city light. Not the gas one, but electric due to the vicinity of the river producing the electric power. So this is something unique. And the sample program, of course, is here noted, and it's highlighting most of the things that I already mentioned during my presentation. Regarding the updates, Krka National Park is the first national park to get a green destination gold award, meaning that they also monitor number of arrivals into the park. So you need to, in the beginning of to work the program, you announce how many, so they will not allow overcrowding. So they are really into preserving this nature haven in this area. And Amadria Park implemented also the winter aqua park, depending on the group. If they are okay with that, or they would like to explore these opportunities, we can do events there, we can do parties. There is outdoor and indoor aqua park as well. But this is something if we agree with the end client, of course. We come to my hometown, which is Split. I'm based here in Split. We are a little bit away in a business area of Split. Our offices, 15 people are based in Split. We are very proud of our city. It's the biggest on the coastline. It is the biggest hub for ferry traffic to the islands, and islands archipelago is quite big. When it comes down to Split Airport, it has been completely refurbished 3 years ago. So it's very functional, smooth arrival to it, and then Split is really developing fast. We'll run down through presentation that I have for Split. It's basically a historic Roman palace, which became to be a city. Good infrastructure regarding hotels, like the Le Méridien that we saw with around 400 rooms. And this is Ambassador Hotel of 100 rooms, for example. We have a diversity of 4 to 5 star properties in the vicinity of Split. And we have a really nice range of options for dining. For example, anything up to 450 people, different restaurants in the city, a little bit away from the city side, overlooking the seaside. So we are really flexible in that. There are recently developing new venues which can host up to 500, 600 people, even indoors. So this gives us a good lever for having events also in the case we have bad weather. This is, for example, an event space for Le Méridien, and this is one of the villas that can be privately bought for event or a special occasion. This is accessible by boat from Split. What I failed to mention is that airport of Split is connected with the water to Split, to the islands, to the hotels. These are the structures of Diocletian Palace. So whatever you see above the city, it is the same underneath the city. So it can be used as an event venue. So it's one of the rare things that you can do in the old town. Boats like these are in abundance. Croatia is one of the richest countries when it comes down to charter boats, due to the number of islands that we have. So we have options, more expensive, budget friendly. We can play with that in a way. And have in mind that this year, this was the first time that we make a program which have 2 days of sailing, 2 days of hotel, and then switching with the groups. This is really something unique. Again, self-drive options with Fiat 600s and also with the Volkswagens. A little bit of visit to the hinterland with, again, Krka River, something similar to Zrmanja, but again, doable with zip lining, rafting, canoeing as well. It is maybe 20 to 30 minutes away from the old town and major hotels. Just what I noted, Zastava 750, this is a spin-off of, in the socialist days, of Fiat 600. Culinary City Tour is really developed, something that we do really quality-wise, because we use different restaurants for different tastings. We can do even different groups. So we switch around the old town. Everything is pedestrian zone. There is no cars in the old town. So it's really comfortable living in this city, because one of the Roman empires abdicated. He was called Diocletian. He founded a villa just for himself. So you can imagine if he liked it, Most probably we all like it even now. And to mention the Cetina River options as well. Top venues in Split, Gallery Meštrović is an open-air sculptor's house and the gallery that we can use open air as well. Villa Dalmatia, as mentioned in our video, and the substructures of the Accretion Palace are one of the nice centrally located venues that we can use for events as well. Hotels, Le Méridien is a very good option. It's 8 kilometers away from the old town, but it's accessible by boat directly from the airport. It will take you maybe 15 minutes to the old town. What is new is Hotel Ambassador. It is for mid-size to smaller groups, a little bit more upscale in rate-wise and furnishing, but just overlooking the city and the promenade. And Hotel Cornaro is really big hotel in the city center, which offers us 156 elegantly designed rooms, which we can exploit for groups that really want to be in the city center. Have in mind that we have news and updates. Sustainable, unfortunately, as you know, this area can be affected by summer fires. And a couple of times we had these programs that we were reforesting the area and helping the local community. And also what I mentioned a couple of times, you don't have a second chance for a first impression. So from Split, you can straight away go to the islands, hotels, and the city. And we usually do a pop-up stand there or just on the pier after arriving in the airport. So this is a really, really something that people remember and gives you a little bit of boost as soon as you arrive to the destination. I will be also sending again the sample program for Split in 2 days, but also we have prepared in 3 days and more, depending on your requirements and the pattern of the client's requirements. What is new is that in Split, I'm sure you all been to Barcelona, for example, and the Barceloneta project that was done in the beginning of the 90s for Olympic Games in Barcelona. This is something similar that the city of Split did in the vicinity of Radisson, Hotel Amphora, and the new Movenpick that is really developing there. It's already finished. Horticulture is being done now, but it gives us a big alfresco area for sporting activities, for gala dinners, for festivals. It's something really unique and wild, and it will be a really, really good asset in the coming seasons. Hotel Marian will be a new feature from Maestra Hospitality Group, something similar that you saw in Rovinj. So it will be a really, really emblematic property that offers us 285 rooms, meeting facilities, and it's just going to be on the doorsteps of the old town. As we are in Split, we are moving a little bit to the archipelago. Hvar is I would say, one of the most famous islands of the archipelago of Dalmatia. It is a lifestyle destination. Why a lifestyle destination? Because you arrive by boat. When you arrive to Hvar, usually it's walking distance to all the hotels. They take care of the luggage. Basically, something that I would say, Arabian destinations are redeveloping. This is something that we were given by history, by nature, and we don't have to curate it. It's already there. So we really enjoy working on Hvar because we love the island, and there is a really nice program that we can achieve around the island. Split is a good hub to arrive, and then we can go straightly to the hotels. As you can see, it's a nice bay, and it has a small archipelago of islands just in front, which is something unique. The hotel products are mostly in management of Sunny Hvar, like Adriana, Riva, and Palace Elizabeth that you're going to see now, which is one of the really top hotels, which has a reminiscence to Elizabeth, which she was the Austro-Hungarian princess, so-called Sisi, and the history behind it. There is also a Mastina resort, which is a smaller one on the Starigrad area, but also in city of Hvar, we can exploit options for events, venues up to 250, 300, some smaller vineyards around, some self-driving options, restaurants. This is the island that it's really kind of upbeat in Croatia in a way, for the culinary scene, for the nightlife as well. Nightlife, it has been regulated recently by the local municipality in order not to have so many young people arriving. So they try to I would say, play with the destination to offer much more for the local community. So the local community is here, but also our clients. This is Pakleni Islands. And we have a number of restaurants there. We can use it for excursions, activities, and self-drive options, as I mentioned before, with Volkswagen buggies. Hvar is very unique because it offers as well a possibility to exclusively own, for example, a small village. And then we have a really good relationship with the local community to showcase their way of living, the cuisine, how they live, how they what is their culture. So this is a really nice interaction that we can provide from our end. Again, as noted in my one of the opening slides, there are nice vineyards, restaurants, and some secluded areas that we really can work with. So this is Hvar in a nutshell. As mentioned before, beetle safaris, wine tastings. Also, there are a number of catamarans which operate this area, which can be privatized for a day, because usually most of the fleet is rented for 7 days, but some of them are even for 1 day, like a sunset cruise or something like that. So this is available as well. Just note this. Olive Grove that you saw in a short video, as well on the images, Hvar Beach Club, just overlooking the seaside, like a venue for up to 250, and Veneranda can be even for more, up to 400 persons. It's like a fortress monastery that was converted into a movie theater, but also as well as an event venue. And hotels, as I mentioned before, Palace Elizabeth, the smaller one, Amphora has a bigger capacity of 324 rooms, and Mastina has something unique on the northern part of the island in Starigrad. Again, creative solutions, something that we really are proud of, this village Bada that I already mentioned, but also the inventor of this fingerprint method was born in Hvar, so we can do a combination with the olive oil and this feature, but I can give you this information further in the coming days. So we need to return from Hvar to Brač, because Brač is just sitting in the middle between Split and Hvar. It is the size of Malta. It was very neglected for a number of years as a MICE destination. Unfortunately, it has around 14,000 inhabitants, full infrastructure, meaning that you can arrive by a catamaran, you can arrive by ferry, you can arrive by speedboats directly from Split, which is like 20 to 30 minutes less than in Hvar, so it's closer to the mainland. It has a unique feature that has an airport in island of Brač, but only special aircrafts can land, like Airbus 319, Bombardier A2020 or Embraer A195. So up to 150 people, if there is potential to have charters, this is an option as well. Recently, we did a nice fun trip to Brač. We featured Trogir. This is Trogir. Now you see just in the vicinity of the international airport of Split, maybe 10 minutes drive. This is UNESCO heritage site as well, but Trogir can be used as a good hub. For example, on departure and on arrival days, if you have different arrivals, Trogir is really something cool. This is Brown Beach Hotel, which features a number of properties with villas and also around 80 rooms in the main building of the hotel. This was our hub, but then we started our journey towards the island of Brač. This is with Colnago boats, which are for 007 style. We can fit up to 12 persons on each boat, but we can do it in a different way. This is a small town of Postira on the island of Brač, and this is a hotel, Grand Hotel View, which has 230 rooms. It's like product made for MICE. You can arrive in this pier, and our entire group can go directly to the hotel, do the quick check-in, as we will provide all the details and informations, and they have all sea view rooms. Very nice standard design and feel of the hotel. A lot of spaces, as you can see. This is a reception area, and also including the meeting space. Just on the back hand of the meeting space, there is a big area of parking, so we can do nice events and also parties. This is the fleet of Pinzgauer Puch military vehicles that we can explore the island with. We have a number of 7 of them. They can also have up to 12 people around, and there is a nice museum of olive oil that features local cheeses, local prosciutto, and then they have a really good presentation. Brač is the highest island of the Adriatic Islands. It's 780 meters high, so you can see clear and far. Even Italy can be seen on clear days. Underneath, we can do a nice refresher station here, and e-bikes. There's a big fleet of e-bikes, ATVs, and different kind of vehicles on island of Brač. Just quickly, back to the mainland, 20 minutes boat ride to Omiš. Omiš is the area where the Cetina River is flowing into the sea. We can do, again, self-drive options, but the Cetina River is offering also new activities to explore in rafting, canoeing, zip lining as well. And then we can connect it with Split. For example, if we do a Brač program, we can do a last day, for example, in Split, that we can be very quick how to reach the airport, just to avoid the boat transfer on the last day. This is Split from the area point of view. As mentioned before, Grand Hotel View is really, really good product that we have now. We have a good relationship with them. And there are also hotels in the Bol area, which is featuring this nice beach, one of the most emblematic beaches in Croatia. As mentioned before, Pitz-Gowers, Museum of Olive Oil, and also the famous beach of Brač. We have a number of suppliers there that can. This is one of the nicest, which is Gospodetić Farm. They have a preserved house from 15th century with how it was lived. So we can do a presentation and dinner as well. And in Grand Hotel View, there is a nice area for beach dinners, as we did, as you can see it in the image there. I will provide you later with sample programs as well. And we finish with the cherry on top in a way. This is Dubrovnik. One of the most emblematic cities in the coast of Adriatic, unique because there is no traffic in the old town. It's all pedestrian zones, and there are a number of quality hotels offering their services around the center of the city, but also in the vicinity, 10 to 15 minutes drive. Just to reassure you that Dubrovnik made a significant effort in order to reduce the crowds from the cruise ships. So they lower the number of cruise ships arriving to the city. This is Boa, for example, on the island of Šipan. It's really a nice beach bar, which you can access by boat. And then the entire region is rich with oysters. These are the Adriatic oysters, which are really, really famous, not the Atlantic ones, but the Adriatic ones, which are higher in quality in a way. Self-drive options as in other destinations that we were referring to. The hinterland of Dubrovnik is sometimes undiscovered, but it's really something nice, like the stone area and all the folk trade and heritage that they have. This is the stone area, for example. What I would like to highlight in Dubrovnik is that it is a UNESCO heritage site. But again, the city municipality and the infrastructure there is able to be used for events. This is Lovrienac that we frequently use for events, gala dinners, shows, activities, whatever needs to be done. It is unique. We need to work with the local community, but we do it. So for us, it's not that challenging because we already have partners in place. So anything from logistic, catering-wise, tents, AV, is there, and it's a really quality product. For example, these are the Lazareti. This is like an area where there was a quarantine in the Middle Ages, but we use it for events even now. So just to highlight Elafit Islands, which are maybe 20 minutes away from Dubrovnik by car, the self-drive options, and then oysters and this rich history of salt and wine. Venues, to highlight once again, Banja Beach. This is like a beach club just in the doorsteps of Dubrovnik, Lazareti complex, which I was featuring by the end of my video presentations, and St. Lawrence Port, which is something unique. It's a little bit reminiscing to the Game of Thrones. Personally, I was not a big fan, but it works for some clients. So we also use this as well for showcasing destinations. Hotels Excelsior is just overlooking its 5-star resort, overlooking the Old Town. Sun Gardens will be a little bit away from the Old Town, but it offers really second to none meeting facilities and all rooms in sea view with a number of villas and private areas for large-scale events. Dubrovnik Palace would be maybe 10 minutes away, but overlooking west with a nice sunset. So this is also a hotel with 308 rooms. So quite good facilities. Just to reiterate once again, this unique feature of the city that can use this UNESCO heritage site for gala dinners and events. And of course, there is a funicular from Dubrovnik to the Srđ Mountain, and there are nice restaurants on top that we can use as well for stopovers. Unique news about Dubrovnik, the Grand Villa Argentina is just in the neighborhood of Excelsior Hotel. This is completely refurbished, something unique that it's being done. And in Kupari, there is a new resort developing. It's going to be 4 seasons, first 4 seasons in Croatia. So this will bring, it will not be for every pocket, but it will have a great deal of awareness for the destination itself. Maybe I have a few minutes. I've been pushing it hard, but let's say Montenegro, something different than Croatia, a little bit less in, I would say, infrastructure-wise, roads, facilities, unique because it was the only fjord in the Adriatic, this Boka Bay. But again, this is offering you really quality infrastructure in hotels. The likes of Mambula, region port of Montenegro, one and only Čedi Luštica Bay, these are really, really top properties. Just to give you a sense of the destinations, Slovenia will be around 6 million arrivals per year, Croatia 22, and Montenegro around 2.5 million. So just give you to put in a certain space. Again, seasonable destination and a lot of new developments as well. Montenegro is not a European country. They're using Euro, but they are not Schengen zone. So just to have you with this update, and they have a coastal part and mountainous part as well. Norman, I leave 5 minutes for questions. Sorry to bombard you with a lot of information, but hopefully I've been informative.
I think you have been. Thank you very much, Ozren. That was a lot of information. Sorry guys for keeping you so busy, but thank you also for paying attention. We had the first clients to say goodbye already, but that's not a problem because we're gonna send the presentation to you guys anyway. Now your head is full of impressions and full of information. If you want to learn more about Montenegro, you can always contact me. I was there just recently on a fam trip, and today I was finishing my travel report, which you are going to read in our next newsletter, which is coming next week. So I'm the specialist for Montenegro, but now it's time to ask questions, having our specialist Ozren with the beautiful destination Croatia. So is there any information that you missed, ladies and gents, during that webinar? Maybe, maybe not.
Thank you very much. It was very, very interesting. There's just for me to know, what about price-wise? So for Zadar and Šibenik, is it a cheaper destination than, for example, Split? Or are the rates the same everywhere?
When it comes down to, for example, having meals in the restaurants, it's fairly similar. I would say Dubrovnik will be number 1, price-wise. Then you have Hvar, Split, Šibenik, Zadar, Brač. This is kind of a scale. When it comes down to hotels, it will be a little bit more affordable, but it will not be a huge difference. That it's, you know, again, Dubrovnik is having this aura and can quote rates, especially hotels overlooking the old town. This can be quite expensive. But again, if you note that Croatia is a seasonable destination, April, May can work really well with the connectivity-wise and the fact that we have a climate change, which left us with 2 seasons, I would say, summer and fall, something like that. It completely changed. Like for me, in my childhood, September was quite, you know, jacket already, something like that. Now September is like a little bit mellow August. Okay. So I would say we play around with the dates mostly. And this perception, especially I would say in the German media, is quite a lot, that Croatia became very, very expensive, outrageous in a way. I would say it's not good, but it's good for us in a way because we are talking to the suppliers. You know, we can not change the rates from one year to another 100%. So we are the ones that are educating the suppliers what not to do in a destination, how to keep our partnership. What is maybe working and what is honest from our side is that these rates in restaurants that you will be paying, I will be paying as well. There are no 2 price lines that somebody from Cologne will get in Split for a different restaurant. This is not the case in destination. We became a little bit more expensive due to the fact that we joined EU. We joined the euro currency just after COVID. So we did not know what hit us. Is it after COVID inflation or euro conversion? But I think we need a little bit, couple of years to settle down and really offer value for money.
Great. Thank you for this question, Nicole. Hopefully it was answered. If you're looking for a reasonable destination, a really reasonable and very fair price value for money, then look into Zagreb, which is a new hidden gem. But I know it's not on the seaside, but it's for a city break and for a city incentive. It's a very, very good and attractive destination for a very fair value for money, and it will be very surprised. Great.
If I may say something also.
Yeah, please. Yes.
About the Zagreb, I had a group last year with INTOURS. We did a combination of Zagreb and Opatija in Istria, and it was the absolute hit. The clients were so happy. They said it was the best incentive in many, many years. So I'm very happy with that. They did another destination this year, but they said it was not nearly as good as what we had last year. Because they had a little bit of the city and a little bit of the sea. They did a sailing regatta at the coast in Opatija, and they were very, very happy with the hotels and with the foods and the prices.
Yes.
Thank you for confirming, Martin. I'm happy to hear that. And it's indeed a smart combination to offer city and sea. So if you lack time and if you only have 2 nights, then probably focus on Zagreb only. But if you have more nights available, then of course happy to join and happy to combine with the seaside. Great, thank you very much.
I just want to highlight that we managed to find a solution, because in Croatia most of the charters will give you only 7 nights. So we found a solution that do, for example, 2 nights on the boat. They all meet in the hotel for 2 nights, and then they continue another 3 nights. This is the way how to exploit the boats and also have these 2 groups overlapping and having some social time in the hotel. So have this in mind, that we worked on that and we managed to find a nice possibility to do land and sea as well.
Great. Perfect. Is there any more questions from you guys popping up right now? No, not yet.
Yeah, maybe just a quick one. When it comes to, I think, international airports, just generally, I think you mentioned it very quickly, but if you could just browse through which destinations would be the ones with the easy to reach and with the international.
In Croatia, what is very peculiar when you look Europe overall, the feeding destinations for us would be Benelux, France, UK, Scandinavia, Germany. These are the destinations they have good flight connections to Croatia. Then, when you look at Greece, Portugal, Spain, Italy, we don't have great connections because we are the end destinations like they are. So sometimes people, when they are doing hopping, they encounter this situation. But I mean, it is a story of a chicken and an egg. What is first? So with the airlines, it's always, again, we try to play a game. You give us the aircrafts, we provide the crowds to use them. But I would say, as mentioned in my presentation, it is a destination which is seasonable. But I would say Zagreb, Split, Dubrovnik, they have really, really good connections from April to October. But again, don't think about it as, I would say, Mykonos. It's not like 5 flights a day from London, different airports. It's not, it is maybe 3 flights, but not 5, 6, 7, something like that.
Great. Perfect. Guys, if you don't have any more questions for right now, but you realize there is something you wanted to ask and you forgot about it, or something is popping up in your mind, please always feel free to reach out to myself or to Ozren directly. We are happy to answer your questions. We are happy to talk again. And Ozren will share this presentation with you. If you want to deep dive into any of the other destinations or get some more feedback or input from one of the destinations INTOURS is providing, just let us know. We are happy to fly and to bring you there. You are also happy to join us on our fam trips into the lovely destinations, or stop by and come for a site inspection if you have a concrete project in mind. Hopefully, we have now inspired you with many ideas for your upcoming next events. If you liked it, then happy to join other webinars as well. I was talking to Sebastian already. I'm going to make sure you're on the list for Slovenia. All of you can join spontaneously. Please let me know if you have any more questions. If not, then I say thank you very much, Mr. Ozren, for this lovely detailed presentation, and thank you guys, ladies and gents, for staying with us and for allowing us to give you a long introduction into Croatia. Hopefully see you soon again.